Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. Bloomberg News equities reporter Nora Melinda with Tuesday's Stock Movers. Let's start with a name that definitely saw some selling today.
Yes, I'm looking at KB Home. So I cover real estate stocks, and this one has been on my eye today. We saw KB Home shares fall 5.2%. Now, this is a home builder, and they target first-time home buyers as well as first-time move-up buyers. So those are people that are wanting to move out of their home into a new one, but it's their first time doing so. Now, this company reported sales that missed expectations. They fell short of their goals, and Wall Street punished them as well as a lot of their peers after that news. It also slashed its revenue guidance. They're saying that home builders are continuing to feel the pinch when it comes to the affordability concerns. And so we have investors that are really worried that mortgage rates are still remaining way too high to spur demand.
I'm a little annoyed because I missed this one today. And I should have done this as a decliner.
Yeah, this would have been a good
I'm going to tell you,
one.
this would have been a really good one.
It's such a great read on the economy, right?
Yeah.
Those first
Most definitely.
who have been having a tough time because mortgage rates are high.
Right.
But it's just showing it continues. And we know how important the housing market is to the overall U.S. economy. You know, you buy a house, you fill it with stuff, right?
Exactly. I'm also keeping an eye on Trump media and technology. That's ticker DJT.
Did not go down, actually rallied
It went
today.
up. We have green here on the screen. Shares were up more than almost 9%. Now, this is after news that the company is partnering with a Singapore-based company, Crypto.com, to offer quote unquote made in America investments that will also include ETFs. One interesting thing to note about Crypto.com is that they've actually been dealing previously with a legal battle with U.S. regulators last year, but they dropped their complaint after President Trump's November victory. So this is just an interesting story here, but we did see Trump media shares getting a pop off of this news.
What does
I didn't
this
know they
mean?
were based in. I didn't know they were based in Singapore.
Right? It's very interesting.
Don't forget about the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles.
This is true. Have you been?
I have not been to the Crypto.com. Was it the Staples Center before?
Sounds about right.
I've been to the Staples Center, but yeah, never the Crypto.com arena.
Not the rebranded one.
So wait,
Not the rebranded one.
So this means the president's going to be offering up ETFs?
I don't know about the president's personal involvement.
Right.
But it's his company.
It is his company.
Correct.
But
And
Devin
he owns
Nunes,
a bunch of shares in there.
Devin
Yes.
Nunes runs the company. Yes, he owns a bunch of shares. I saw people pointing out that typically presidents put their assets in blind trusts.
Okay.
But that hasn't been the case with President Trump.
The more you know.
That was one of my gainers, too. It caught my attention as well.
Okay.
Always interesting.
You're already hip.
All right. So two names that are fairly well known to the Bloomberg audiences, but you have a name that I don't know that we talk about all the time, but man,
Yeah.
did it move in a big way today.
I know. I'm looking at Cassava Sciences. That's ticker SAVA. Now, this is a small biotech company. We saw shares of the company that plunged more than 30% at the close. That was the lowest level since 2019. And this is coming after the drug developer said that it's going to discontinue its Alzheimer program by the end of the second quarter. And this followed a late stage trial failure. And of course, investors are really, when it comes to biotech, they're looking to see that they're able to cross these hurdles and get over them. But of course, this isn't great news for Cassava, especially as we think about them discontinuing this Alzheimer program. A name I wasn't familiar with either.
No. 28% of the float is shorted. So
Wow.
investors have been pretty negative on this one. But you know, these biotech companies, I mean, it's such a small, it's a micro cap, right? I mean, $92 million.
I'd say so.
Maybe it was a
see.
little bit more before today's drop. It's $1.90 a share.
Just seeing who owns it.
Who owns it?
Just the passive indexes. So BlackRock and Vanguard are the biggest shareholders in it. Just seeing if there are any.
Lost 90% last year.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's interesting. Like these are ones that, talk about a big mover in today's session.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.